Do you consider yourself a top sales professional? If you do, great. You may want to watch this video to make sure you're doing the right things to sustain yourself as a top sales professional. But if you're like many of us and you don't think you're there yet, then I'd encourage you to watch this video where I walk through the 4 things that top sales pros do differently than other sales professionals that set them apart in the marketplace. Hi, I'm Shawn Casemore, and I help you become a top performing sales professional, helping you to earn more money in less time. If that sounds good to you, and who wouldn't it sound good to? I suggest you subscribe to this channel. You get notified each and every time I release a new video, which is typically every week, as well as if you can like this video and or comment below, that'll let me know that you'd like more videos like this I'm happy to create. Let's be honest, top sales professionals, they really see themselves as sales professionals. If you're to ask a top performing sales professional, hey, how did you make it to the top? They'd say, I'm not there yet, Shawn, right? I don't think I'm there. Why do you think I'm there? Here's why. It's not because they're humble.
I'm so humble. I instantly connected with that because I'm probably the most humble person that I know.
It's how they approach their role, both physically and how they act and behave, as well as mentally, how they think about themselves and their role. You see, top performing sales professionals and those that I've encountered and worked with and coached are always looking for new ideas and strategies externally, right? So they take information and ideas externally and they always ask themselves, how can I apply this? How will this help me? I see this a lot at the conferences and events that I speak at, right? The people who are there that are most interested may have been selling for decades. They may have had the best results ever, but they're always looking for new ideas and ask themselves, how can I apply this for me? Also, top performing sales professionals tend to draw upon those around them. Even somebody who's new and junior in the sales team, they might find they can learn something from them, so they're willing to invest some time. Last but not least, it's a mindset. There's a confidence there that they know that sales is something they're meant to do, right? It is something they will be in forever, and they enjoy the role.
This is it! This is our destiny!
Now, aside from that, from a standpoint of a profile of a top sales professional, there's tactically some things that top sales professionals do that is different from what most other sales professionals do. Let's jump in to number 1. You know, when I was selling cars, you've heard me talk about this before, but I was in my mid-20s, and when I started selling cars, I wasn't selling cars. I mean, I was talking to people, I was showing cars, we were test driving cars, but I wasn't bringing anybody in. But those who've been doing this for a while had no problem. They had a steady flow of people coming in, signing off. A lot of times they didn't even drive the car. I thought, what am I doing? But as I started to get busy and busier and started to actually sell cars, I noticed one of the senior gentlemen, Dan at the time, things slowed down. And people started to talk, wow, Dan hasn't sold a car in a week. What's going on? So I went to see him one day and I said, Dan, you've been doing this forever. You don't seem to have a problem with getting a steady flow of prospects coming in to look at cars. So it's been a little bit slow for you. At this point, we're heading into week 2. You know, how are you holding up? And Dan said, what do you mean? Sales, man. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's slow. Take it when you can get it. Sometimes I'm really busy and it's hectic and I wish I could get time off. Other time I'm going home early. So top sales professionals realize that in the world of sales, there are ebbs and flows. There are economic changes, there are holidays, long weekends, you name it, all sorts of things that can impact sales. And as a result of that, they don't take it too seriously. They don't get worked up and stressed out when things slow down. They also realize that by doing that, they remain calm.
I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get...
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Which means they stay in the zone and they're able to sell more. So top sales professionals remain calm regardless of what's going on around them, and they stay focused on their game plan. Top sales professionals also, by the way, this is number 2, top sales professionals also challenge themselves continuously. You know, to go back to my earlier story about selling cars, if you don't know this in the car world, the sales manager often will write the names of the salespeople in the back of a door or on a board somewhere and put the number of cars they've sold. I can't tell you how many times that some of the gentlemen that I knew back in those days would start to outline. So the cars would be something that my sales manager would draw and color in, right? He'd draw the outline of a car and shade it in, draw another one, shade it in. So there was this one gentleman that I worked with, Ron, he would start to outline cars, but he wouldn't shade them in. Sales manager said, what are you doing? He says, I'm just showing you the number of cars I'm going to sell this week, right? Or this month. So top sales professionals are always challenging themselves because they understand that motivation is oftentimes internal, right? So yes, you get motivation externally when people start to buy. That's motivating. That makes you feel good, gives you momentum. But you also have to be able to motivate yourself internally. And that's done by setting goals for yourself, challenging yourself. And top sales pros do this more often than not. All right, if you've been enjoying this video so far, make sure you click the like button on it. Let me know so I can create more content like this. And if you enjoy the channel, you've gone through some of these videos and they're good for you, make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified each and every time I release a new video, which is typically every single week. You've heard me talk before about the ABPs of selling. If you haven't, it's always be prospecting. Top sales pros are always prospecting. And I don't mean when they're on the job. I mean when they're off the job, when they're out for dinner, when they're sleeping. They're always prospecting. They're always asking themselves, even at a family event, right? Is this somebody I could sell to? And if not, and there's a good chance they're not, who might they know that I could sell to?
Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on.
Do me a favor. Write your name down on that napkin for me.
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supply and demand, my friend.
Now, there's a fine line here. Just because they're always prospecting doesn't mean they're always pitching. I'm not saying they're always trying to sell to everybody in front of them, but they're always asking themselves, who might this person know? And so they don't hesitate in conversations, even at family events or different events they're at, right? Go to a restaurant, they open up conversations with people, and invariably at some point they'll mention what they do, and they might also at some point ask, what does the other person do, right? And what they're trying to do in their mind is bridge, can this person help me find somebody I can sell to? They were always prospecting. So if you want to be a top performing sales pro, you need to gain that mindset of always be prospecting. Here's the last one. Top sales professionals are provocative. They don't say what everybody else says. They don't do what everybody else does. They stand out amongst the crowd. So if they're sitting with a client or a prospect or a customer and they're asked a question, they're going to get an answer that makes the customer go, what does that mean?
What you talking about, Will?
So let's say for a moment I'm selling insurance. And the customer says, well, what is this going to cost me? Can I pay for this monthly? What's the monthly fee? A top sales professional might say something like, don't worry about the fee. Let me ask you a different question. What is this kind of coverage worth to you? What's it worth to protect your family in the event of your undue illness or harm, right? What's it worth to you if your car is totaled and you have to get to a meeting and you have no way to get there? So yes, there's a cost. But so you notice, what I'm demonstrating is top sales professionals are provocative, okay? What provocative means is they say things differently. They often take statements that people expected to say and they flip them around. Now, they don't say things that they can't prove. We're not talking about lying or misleading anybody, but they don't say what the client or the prospect or the customer expects. They say something different in a different way. So, customer wants to know about price. You talk about value. Customer wants to understand, why is this a certain way? You might say, why wouldn't it be that way? Customer says, I don't think I need this right now. You might say, yeah, I agree, you don't need this right now, right? That's being provocative because it gets the other person, the prospect in our case, to go, hold on, what did they say? That's the goal. Top sales professionals are provocative because it gets and keeps the attention of those they're speaking with. Quick bonus tip for you, as I always like to do, top sales pros protect their time. Their calendar is sacrosanct. They will skip meetings that they're asked to go to if it interrupts their prospecting time, their client calls, anything at all. They protect their calendar. They realize that the amount of time they spend not selling, not involved in sales activities, will directly affect their bottom line, both for them and the company. So they protect their time. You should do the same. One of the ways I've created to help you protect your time is through what I call the 30-day sales action planner. You can click the link below, get your copy. It's a document, you can print it and use it. It's a PDF, you can use it in that form if you prefer. But the whole idea is you set your goals and targets weekly and monthly and you track your progress. It's one of the best ways to keep track of where you're at and where you're trying to go if you're a sales pro. So I'd highly encourage you to download it, give it a try, and let me know how it works for you. Now, here's the other thing. Top sales pros are highly influential. So I'd suggest as the next video you watch this one right here on how to be more influential in sales. I think you're going to find it's going to help you up your game and become that top sales pro. And until next time, let's get out there and go sell something. We'll talk to you soon.